evening, friends. So it's the night before full moon and I am leaving Barcelona tonight. North Africa didn't work out this time, but I did score an amazing deal on this, the ferry from Barcelona to Genoa, and we're preparing to leave. Ordered a bit late. I thought for about 5 glorious minutes I'd have a cabin to myself, but no, I have three cabin mates. Anyway, it is currently 1 o'clock in the morning. One of the very cool things about my ticket was that it's 2 nights and 1 day. It's tonight all the way through tomorrow night, and arriving in Genoa at 10 o'clock on the 17th. Which is nice, because it means that I've saved 2 nights of accommodation costs. The ticket was €85. Subtract accommodation from that, you end up with about 40, and that works out at about €1.20 per hour and about 6 cents per kilometre, because it's 640 kilometres to Genoa, and we have just cast off and we are moving. Anyway, I'll give you a tour tomorrow. Yeah. Friends, so a little loud because I'm just under the smokestack on the deck, almost completely alone, which is fun. It's about just before 10 o'clock. I had a wonderful night's sleep, really good. Woke up, I wish I had my sunglasses, but I kind of got dressed in the dark to avoid disturbing my cabin mates, and it's quite a lovely day. As near as I can work it out, we are coast hugging. So instead of going in a straight line across the Med, kind of staying within a few hundred miles of the coast. As near as I can work it out, we're about 400 miles south of Montpellier, and kind of so going, you know, quite close to the coast, but still far enough out where you can't see anything, because that is north. I'm having fun. The ship's good. I'm glad I got a cabin. There are many, many, many people who don't, which must have been quite a tactical decision, because when I was booking this, a bunk in a 4-bunk shared cabin was 11 euros, more expensive than deck space. Maybe I just got a special deal. But there are people who are clearly seasoned travellers, because deck space means that you're literally on the floor unless you want to sleep in a chair. There's one incredibly cool person who's got like a massive 2-foot deep airbed. There are a lot of people just snuggled up in blankets. But I did see one enterprising person who's strung a sheet across a blocked companionway to give themselves a little bit of privacy, which is smart. I passed one fantastic Muslim prayer space facing south, so obviously you can angle that way to Mecca. But it was beautiful. I took a very, very brief, respectful video. I've made myself quite a lot of food to bring on with me, so I'm not going to spend very much money on the boat, because of course it is very expensive. I did buy myself a double espresso and got the nice man behind the bar to fill up my tea flask. I love the sea, man. Oh, I did help out one little old lady who had 0 sea legs and stumbled and tripped over. You have to kind of have the wobble walk, where you're leaning that way when it goes that way, and vice versa, so you're kind of going in a an undulating route, as it were. Learned from my dad. Anyway, as of about now, we have 24 hours left on the boat, and I'm going to enjoy every fucking second. Anyway. So I was going to record on the deck, which is just behind me, but it's very blustery out there. It's quite choppy today. The Med, as erudite people will know, is vastly more shadowed than any of the oceans, but it's still, that can make it sometimes more choppy. So anyway, a little earlier on, lying in my cabin, and the roll was kind of doing this, like a slow kind of circle, which is nice if you're a lady, but it's not so nice when you're a straight guy in a cabin full of dudes. But it had that kind of rolling motion. I must admit, I walked around and I saw quite a few people looking really rather green. Anyway, I found myself, this is like the theatre. Literally, it's a small theatre, and it's also the place where most of the families have grouped their kids, because the kids can be on the dance floor and the stage, and the parents can sit kind of keeping an eye on them. Which is quite smart and quite cool. I found a place around the corner that has clearly been used as a dormitory by the deck only people. There's an entire tea service set up, like Moroccan mint tea service, against one wall. But sofas, and there's no one in there right now. So I'm going to settle down horizontal on a sofa for a few hours and watch the episodes of Netflix that I've downloaded. Going to finish off Lara Croft, I think. Anyway. Good morning, friends. So, behind me, my excellent ship. We arrived 2 hours early into Genoa, so it's only just crested dawn, and I'm going to find myself some coffee. Oh yes. I already had fun. I'm probably going to do the reverse and go from here to Tangier in the new year, because that was actually fun. If I can get the same price, done deal. Well, you know, extra to Tangier, but still. Anyway, if, as always, if you like what I do and how I'm doing it, please do like and subscribe. One point I will also raise, that was a 33-hour crossing. I made my own food. I wasn't drinking because I'm hip deep in sober October. I spent €3.50 for that entire trip, and that was on a double coffee, double espresso. The whole thing cost me less than €90.